Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Welcome back. I'm Justine with State of Grace Tarot. Today, I have a general reading for the May full moon, which is the full moon in Scorpio. Excuse me. Oh man, I can see that it's already going to be an interesting reading. I really love full moon energy and just going outside and looking up at the moon and really feeling the power and the pull. And, when you stand and look up and feel that connection, and you can feel the reverberation of the energy throughout your body from the moon and feel that really strong pull, it's almost like a string-like connection to the moon. I really enjoy that, and you can just take a moment of space to have some gratitude for the earth, for the moon, for the universe, and everything in between, and all of us being connected. So, May's full moon is in Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign, and Scorpios tend to protect their soft tenderness insides with their hard outer shells and their stingers. So, we may be feeling right now how it's not time to show our emotions or show how vulnerable we really are, but it's a good time to remember to open up to others and not push others away. Protect yourself if you feel like you need to, for sure. Don't, let people in who will take advantage of you or anything like that. But don't push people away that you love or could, have benefit in your life. So today I'm going to be using the Moon Power Tarot, which to me feels like Scorpio energy. And I'm also going to be using Amethyst Ascension's Love of Spread decks. I have volumes 1 and the second edition, so I have a whole bunch. But she has pulled together a full moon in Scorpio spread, so that's the one that I will be using rather than, just a generic full moon spread. But what I want to do first is start off and get a message. I have the Moonology Messages Oracle here. I am going to have to get into the guidebook a little bit for this one, but that's okay. I have not worked with this deck a whole heck of a lot, so I think it'll be good. Let's see what overall general energy that we're dealing with in this full moon in Scorpio. Just a reminder, I don't know if I said this is a general reading, meaning it may not connect. Totally normal. Don't get frustrated. Feel free to take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you... All right, I'm back. I had some technical difficulties, so I think I was saying, general reading, take what resonates, leave the rest. That normal spiel. So let's see what energies and what messages we have for us in this full moon in Scorpio. We have the Moonstone. Slow it down. Let's see. The guidebook says, the heart wants what the heart wants, and it wants it when it wants it, but the timing isn't always right. Maybe you want something before the other person is ready for it, or vice versa. Right now might be a time to slow things down. This isn't just about patience. It's about actively slowing down. Stop pushing too hard. Be strong and shine your light. Focus on what you want and not on what you don't want. You are stronger than you know. The situation you're asking about is fertile. Be graceful as you wait without trying to force anything or anyone. Trying to rush a person or situation isn't likely to work out for you right now, so do what you can to take a step back. It's recommending you might like to hold on to a moonstone while you meditate now to help you stay patient and allow events to unfold. This is a stone that's associated with the feminine. Explore your goddess energy. Stay strong and centered in your own power instead of dissipating your energy, focusing on what you can control. So, this is a time to take a moment, take a beat, slow down, really look around and see what energies are around you and what energies you can work with in a slow and relaxed way. Take a moment to breathe, to meditate, and see what truly aligns with you. I'm going to put that over there. All right, so for the full moon in Scorpio, we have, where can I embrace this energy? What is transforming in my life? What do I need to let die? Where are my current emotions taking me? And how can I move forward? So let me get all shuffled up and ready. All right. Where can we best embrace this energy? We have the Two of Cups. What is transforming in our lives? The Nine of Pentacles. What do we need to let die, to let go of? We have the Five of Wands. Where are our current emotions taking us? We have the Five of Swords. And how can I move forward? How can we move forward? Wow. 5, the Hierophant. So for this full moon and, slowing things down and taking a moment, how we can embrace this energy, we have the Two of Cups, which is, about connection and relationships and really feeling that. So I do think that this speaks to a relationship that doesn't seem to be serving us well. There's a lot of conflict here. We have the Fives, which is 3 fives, oh my goodness, which is about instability and friction, and it's not a comfortable space to be in. So, this full moon feels very uncomfortable, which is interesting because what we have transforming in our lives is the Nine of Pentacles, which is the card of comfort and luxury. So, this is the idea of what is luxurious and how we feel whole and complete is transforming in our lives. Maybe it was material wealth that we thought is how we would be happy and whole. Maybe this connection, we thought that this connection was going to bring us that luxury, or bring us, that comfort and stability, and that we were going to be able to just give up everything else that's hard and challenging. Maybe it's a relationship that they promised to take care of you, and now you're seeing that's not going to be the case. We hoped, but there's instability there, there's friction there. What do we need to let die? We have the Five of Wands, which, is a card of maybe a little bit of competition or playfulness. Maybe we're thinking that we're, not good enough or whole enough, and we're beating ourselves up, or seeing, something that others have that we want. And there's a little bit of jealousy there. Maybe in this relationship, there's actually other people that are impacting this relationship, and we're feeling the drive, the urge to be in this relationship is because of the other people in this relationship, and we see it as somewhat of a competition. Where our current emotions taking us, it's towards disillusionment. If we slow it down, we're going to be able to see clearly. The Five of Swords is not a comfortable card. It's more of, trickery, or, being able to see someone for who they really are. And if we're just letting ourselves see the relationship with rose-colored glasses and seeing that they may give us this hope, this dream, this idea that we want to believe in, that we think if we just stick with it, we're going to be able to get to the end and we're going to have everything we could ever want. But it does not look like that is the path here. And we're going to be able to see clearly and use the full moon in Scorpio, use the meditation to slow down and to see that what we have here is not serving us. And then how can we move forward? We have the Hierophant, which, the five of the major arcana. It's interesting, this one's about tradition. It looks like we have women dancing in a circle and, really bowing to the moon and the moon cycles. I think it's also interesting because it's Taurus season, and, Taurus corresponds with the Hierophant. And moving forward, maybe there's a bit of structure and guidance that we can rely on. Maybe there's a teacher that we can go to help guide us, that has a teacher who is more traditional. Maybe it's actually a therapist to be able to slow it down and, have somebody there that helps us, holds our hand through this process and teaches us how we can put some structure in our lives in order to be able to see the connections and the relationships that aren't serving us and why we got into those relationships, and how moving forward we can avoid or, see more clearly as we step into these relationships. So I think that's all I have for now. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this full moon in Scorpio reading, even though it wasn't the most uplifting one, but it does feel, like there is hope. There's someone out there that can help us if we're feeling this energy in our connections and that we're feeling a little bit stuck and things aren't turning out the way we thought they would. There's somebody out there that we can talk to and bounce our ideas off of, even if it's just journaling. I know that helps me quite a bit. But thank you all so much. I hope this full moon in Scorpio treats you well, and I will see you again soon.